Hello, welcome to Michelle Loses It. I'm Michelle. This is a channel where I will be talking about my journey with the weight loss program called Calibrate. If that sounds interesting to you, then please stay tuned. Okay, so this is, I guess, week 3. Week 1 was my virtual visit with the doctor. Week 2 was my virtual visit with my coach. And this is just a week 3 check-in. So, so far I have talked to the doctor to talk about like my medical background and things like that so that she could figure out which medications she wanted to recommend for me. Then I met with the coach, and that was last week. And that's when I discovered that I really like the pace of this program. It's very slow. Usually I am an all or nothing person. I want to jump in with both feet. I want all the information and I want to start on all of it right away. That has not worked for me before. I think that because I'm an all or nothing person, if I can't get it all right, then I just kind of give up, which I know is not, it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of people like that out there though. So what I love about this is that it gives you one habit to work on at a time. So far, the only goal that I've been given is to get in 120 ounces of water every day and to weigh myself every day. So I've been successful at weighing myself every day. I think I missed one day. And I have not been successful at getting all my water in. So I have my 24-ounce mug. I have my little rubber band hair ties, and I created a schedule because the reason that I'm not getting the water in isn't because I don't like drinking water. I actually don't mind plain water. Sure, I can add some flavors to it. I've had some great recommendations, which I'm sure that at some point I will utilize. I haven't needed that yet because the reason I'm not getting the water in is because I work all day and I have my water right by me. So it's easy access, but I get so involved in my projects that I'm just like going, working. And the next thing I know, I look up and 3 hours have passed and I haven't had a sip of water. So what I did was I created a schedule. So let me show you. So I created this schedule. It's super simple. Basically, I took the number of ounces that I need to get in a day. I started with the time that I wake up so that the first thing I'm drinking in the morning is a tumbler full of water and not a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or anything like that. So I created my schedule and figured out that I need to drink 24 ounces of water every 3 hours, starting at 6 a.m. when I get up. So if I have finished my first tumbler by 9 a.m., then I know I'm on track. Usually 9 a.m. I'm pretty good. It's when I get in between the 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. noon where I run into trouble, because this is where this 9 to 12 is when I'm working on projects and I'm so like invested in the project that I don't think about stopping and drinking water. So I printed this out and I have it front and center in front of my face on the wall at my desk. So hopefully this will help me to get on track better as I have this smack dab in my face reminding me to be on pace. The weekend is coming up. That might be a little tricky for me because I don't sit at my desk on the weekends. So I think what I'm going to do is set an alarm on my phone for every 3 hours so that I know I'm, whether or not I'm on track or not. So like by 9 a.m., if I'm not on track, then I know I need to double down during the next 3 hours. And drinking one of these in 3 hours should be very easily doable. I just need to do it. So, but although I haven't reached my 120 ounces a day, I do feel good that I've reached 96 ounces every day. So I'm only 1 tumbler short. So I don't feel terrible about that, which is unusual for me because in the past I would have been like, oh, you failed, you suck. And I'm looking at it more as progress. So I was drinking water before I started the program, but I was getting 2, maybe 3 tumblers in a day, usually 2. So I've doubled. I've gone from 48 ounces of water a day to 96. So I've doubled, which I think is an improvement. And now over the next week, my goal is to get my 120 in every day so that I can report success to my coach next Friday. So that's the only goal that I've been given so far. However, I have tried to make some small improvements in a couple of other areas regarding my health. One is my eating. So while I'm not trying to follow an eating program or anything, part of what has happened since COVID is neither my husband nor I cook. We don't like to cook. We don't cook very often. And we're both very busy. So we have gotten in the habit of ordering or picking up takeout for almost every dinner over the last couple of years. So, and Uber Eats has made it even easier. So what I have done is I haven't started cooking yet, but I did switch from ordering Uber Eats to ordering pre-made meals from a company called Real Eats. I'll link them in the description box. And basically what this is, all of the meals are pre-cooked. They're all whole foods, so it's not made with any kind of boxed food at all. And each of the components of the meal are vacuum sealed in a plastic bag, and you can either boil them to cook them, or you can take them out of the package, put them on a plate and microwave them. And they're super quick. So all of the proteins boil for 6 minutes and most of the side dishes boil for 3. So you throw the protein in, put a 3-minute timer on. When that goes off, you throw the side dishes in, put your 3-minute timer on. When that goes off, your meal is ready. You just cut it out of the plastic, put it on a plate. And I will tell you, out of all the meals, because I've been doing this for 2 weeks now, out of all the meals that I've had so far, there's only been 2 that I didn't love. And they weren't bad, I just didn't love them enough to order them again. I've had some steak meals, and the thing is, all of these meals are within the 500 calorie range or less, and they're all like true portion sizes. They're not these massive portion sizes that we're used to getting these days at restaurants. They're true, like you've got your 3 or 4 ounces of protein. You've got half your plate is a vegetable and half your plate is a healthy carb. So a whole grain kind of a situation. So, and the meals are very tasty. They're seasoned very well. None of them have been bland. And I'm not getting a meal for every night. So in the in-between nights, I am eating a sandwich or a bowl of cereal or something, but I'm not ordering from Uber Eats anymore. So even though this isn't necessarily on program, which I'm not 100% sure what that is yet because that's not one of my goals yet, this is a major improvement for me. The third thing that I've been working on is activity. And I'm not working out. I'm not like pulling out the dumbbells or anything like that. I have been so sedentary for the last 2 years that just getting out and walking around my apartment complex is a lot of activity for me. So I think I mentioned before, we're in an apartment until the end of the year. We're building a house. And so where the apartment is, our building is all the way at the back of the complex and the mailboxes are all the way at the front. So I get out and I go and I walk to get the mail and then I walk back. So that may not seem like a lot of activity. For most people it's not, but for me it is way more than what I was doing before. So I'm doing that several times a week. Not every day, but I am doing it several times a week, which again, I have to think about things as improvements over where I was before. And I've got to get out of that all or nothing, that this is just a little bit, so it's not good enough. I've got to get out of that mentality or I won't move forward. So I am celebrating those wins this week and I hope you will celebrate with me. The net result is I haven't had any weight loss, but that hasn't really been an expectation for either me or for my coach yet. But I do feel very positive about these small improvements that I've made in the last 2 weeks over what my lifestyle was before. And I just know that every week, all of those little steps, I'm going to get further and further, and I'm going to make bigger and bigger improvements. So that's my week. I'd love to know what your status is. If you're on a health journey as well, tell me what's working for you, what's not, where you're struggling. Let's support each other and lift each other up and really try and focus and celebrate the wins instead of thinking about what isn't good enough or what hasn't been good enough for you in the past. So if you're following along because you're also on a health journey, then let's get healthy together. Thanks so much for watching. I will check in with you next Friday. Bye.